Hi, today I'm going to be demonstrating the different action types of breech-loading rifles used in the U.S. military. The rifles I'll be showing you are not actual specimens used in the U.S. military, but instead will represent the basic concepts of their operation. The single-shot breech loader, the lever-action repeater, the bolt-action rifle, and the auto-loading rifle. The first example is the single-shot breech loader. While this Thompson Encore is a modern gun, it shares many of the same principles as the early breech loaders did. The breech is first opened, in this case by pulling on the trigger guard, exposing the breech, and also activating the extractor. A round is then inserted into the chamber. The action is then closed, hammer brought to full cock. The gun is now ready to fire. To reload, the action is then opened. The spent shell is either automatically or manually extracted, and a new round is inserted. This process is repeated for as many times as is necessary. The single-shot breech-loading rifle was a significant improvement over the older muzzle-loading rifles that had been used in the past. Instead of a cumbersome and complex loading procedure with the muzzle-loading rifles that resulted in a rate of fire of approximately 3 rounds per minute, the breech-loading rifle, with a far simpler loading procedure, was able to achieve the rate of fire of around 10 rounds per minute, depending upon the training of the individual soldier. However, this was merely a foreshadowing of what was to come with later designs. The next major type was the lever-action rifle. While this was not officially widespread issue to the U.S. military, it did see limited use in certain units. The lever-action rifle is thus named because there is a lever that, when lowered, opens and closes the breech and cocks the either internal or external hammer. They also presented either a tubular or box magazine in which rounds could be one at a time loaded into the weapon and then fed from the magazine. With the action closed, the gun is ready to fire. The main disadvantage of the lever-action rifle was the mechanical reliability of the early designs, the need to individually load each round one at a time into the magazine, and the lever mechanism, which was difficult to use while in the prone position. Thus, they were not widely issued to U.S. military troops. The next major advance was the bolt-action rifle, so named because of the rotating bolt mechanism. The bolt-action rifle offered significant advance over the lever-action rifle in terms of simplicity and mechanical reliability. The bolt-action rifle also introduced the clip loading mechanism, in which ammunition is able to be quickly and easily loaded into the rifle. The bolt is then closed and the gun is ready to fire. the gun can now be reloaded with a fresh stripper clip. The bolt-action design was highly successful, being the dominant rifle design from the late 1880s all the way through the 1950s. However, it was still a manually actuated design, and designers around the world worked to develop a rifle design that was self-loading. The final type is the auto-loading or semi-automatic rifle. This rifle will, when fired, automatically move the bolt back, eject the spent cartridge, and load a new round. Most auto-loading rifles also introduce the detachable box magazine, which can allow easy and quick reloading with a spare preloaded magazine. To load, the magazine is simply inserted, the slide retracted, and released, and the round is chambered. And then, when the gun is fired, the spent casing will be ejected and a fresh round loaded into the chamber. This will repeat until all ammunition in the magazine has been exhausted, at which point the bolt will automatically lock open, allowing for the operator to eject the magazine, load a new magazine, and then release the slide, loading a fresh round. The auto-loading rifle works by tapping off a portion of the propellant gases as the bullet travels down the barrel, down, in this case, into a fixed piston which impinges on the operating slide, which then retracts the bolt, ejecting the cartridge, and a return spring closes the bolt and loads a fresh round into the chamber. That's it for today. I hope you found this video informative and educational. Thank you.